Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosie, this is my husband Jeremy.
Hello.
We recently spent 6 weeks in Thailand. Now we just did a video talking about our favourite experiences, where we went, what we did, what we'd recommend. So you can go ahead and watch that video if you want to. But today's video we're going to be talking about how much money we spent travelling in Thailand for 6 weeks. So we have the computer over there, so if we look that way that's why, but we're going to be talking about accommodation, transport, eating out, groceries, drinks, utilities, fun and visits, laundry, tips, bank fees, health and visa, so 12 different things. We've also done the same videos for Cambodia and Vietnam, so if you're travelling in that kind of area, we do have videos talking about those as well, the expenses, and also our travel tips and our favourite things. So, Jeremy's here because he's the finance person in the relationship. He keeps tabs on everything that we spend our money on using YNAB, which is a fantastic app that we might talk about at some point, we'll see.
Not sponsored, but...
No, not sponsored.
If you want to sponsor it.
Yeah. But yes, we're going to be talking about all these different things. Now, the other two videos we did with Vietnam and Cambodia, we spent only 4 weeks in each. This one's 6 weeks, so obviously the expense might be a bit more, but per day, we'll get to that at the end. Stay tuned. So, first thing is accommodation.
Yeah, so we spent 41 days in Thailand in total, from February to March. Accommodation, we spent 915 euro so for 41 nights basically.
Yeah.
In like 5 different locations.
Oh yeah, so we went to Bangkok, Chiang Rai, back to Chiang Mai, Surat Thani, Koh Lanta, back to Bangkok.
Yeah. No, yeah, we had a good experience also with accommodation overall, so that was good. It's an average of 22 euro per night, which is sort of what we've been spending. Obviously, if you stay, it's basically 10 each.
Yeah.
If you stay in a dorm, if you're alone or you stay in a dorm, it can be cheaper. But for a private bedroom with bathroom in a quiet place, 20 a night is alright.
It's fair,
yeah.
I think. So next up is transportation.
In transportation, we have spent a total of 580 euro, taking into account that we flew from Chiang Mai to Surat Thani, and just this flight was like nearly 300. Flying is always pricey, and also there is like 2 overnight train from Bangkok to Chiang Mai and from Surat Thani to Bangkok. So those are, usually on because we travel first class to have the AC and stuff like that.
And have a comfy-ish bed.
Yeah, so that's why. But yeah, nearly half of that is going to be the flight from Chiang Mai to Surat Thani, where if you travel by train or bus, stuff like that, it's much cheaper, right? So I just wanted to...
But it would have taken like 30 hours or something ridiculous.
It's a big country, Thailand.
Next one is eating out. How much do we spend eating out for 6 weeks?
Eating out, we have spent 355 euro, which is an average per person per day of 4.30 euro. It's like 2 euro a meal, basically. Yeah,
we tend to either have breakfast at the hotel, or we just kind of fast until lunch.
Yeah.
Or we buy like a banana, have like a banana in the morning, or biscuits or something like that, and then have lunch and dinner. So we only really eat out for 2 meals a day.
Yeah. So it's 2 euro a meal, which is what we've been experiencing in Cambodia and Vietnam before. So that seems to be the average if you want to eat mainly street food, I would say.
Yeah.
Or like restaurants that are set up by someone randomly in the street.
Not like a 5-star.
No, not like a proper restaurant, stuff like that. Yeah, no, and the food was delicious as well, so totally worth the price.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the food in Thailand.
Yeah, I mean, how many? Like you would get 3 dumplings for 2 euro a day.
Yeah.
For 2 euro a meal. Where over there for 2 euro you could get 12 maybe. So
yeah, we ate a lot of dumplings, a lot of gyozas.
Yeah.
Next up is groceries, and this is things like I said, bananas, biscuits. Sometimes I want like a Fanta or something fizzy, orange juice.
Or like toothpaste, shower gel, like anything that we buy in a grocery store.
Also food for our long journeys. Like when we do like a overnight train, I stack up on like crisps, chocolates, sweets, so that in case there's no food on the train, we have food to eat. Yeah. So in 6 weeks we spent
92 euro. Also a lot of fruit. We buy a lot of mango and pineapple and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's snacks, drinks that we buy from anything that we buy from the grocery store, so we buy shower gel once in a while and stuff like that, and all the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like €1 a day, it says.
Yeah, per person, so it's not...
Okay, next up is drinks, and we are not talking alcoholic drinks. We're not big drinkers at all. This is, for example, if we want to go to a coffee shop and like buy a drink each and sit and work for like 4 hours. That's typically what we do when we're traveling.
Which we did quite a lot in Thailand,
yeah.
in Chiang Mai, in a few places. We went to internet cafe.
Surat Thani a couple of times.
And stuff like that. Yeah, we spent €78 in drinks. Yeah, we like to get our tea or matcha latte or stuff like that in the or like local Starbucks. Basically, we go. Yeah. And yeah, it's just a good way to get out and get some work done while enjoying your drink.
Because internet is not always amazing in hotels. Sometimes it really surprises you. Like in Koh Lanta, we didn't need to do that at all because the internet was amazing. Yeah. But then in other places, the internet's not as great, and obviously we both work online. I'm trying to upload videos, things like that. So it's just worth paying like €2 or €3 for a drink, staying there for 4 hours, being somewhere different rather than like stuck in a room like this, which is the main thing. And then also use the internet to upload videos and all the rest of it. So it's definitely worthwhile, and it's definitely cheaper than like...
If you see it as a co-working space, which is basically what it is for us, it's just like a hot desk in a co-working space. It's very cheap.
Yeah.
And then we get juices and smoothies because the fruit here is so good.
Yeah. Next up is utilities. So what does that mean?
It's usually random stuff like SIM cards or little bits that we need to buy here. We spent €4. I don't remember, to be honest, what it is in Thailand because we didn't get a SIM card. But it's stuff like when we need to print a paper, when we need to get a SIM card, where we need to get something like that.
Just little random bits.
So honestly, I don't remember what it was in Thailand, but it's probably nothing special for €4.
Next up is fun/visits. This is any day trips we do, boat trips. Boat trips is the one, really. Yeah,
we spent €165. We visited a good amount of temples in Thailand, like the Royal Palace in Bangkok.
Yeah.
We did a snorkeling day trip on Koh Lanta.
The boat trip in Surat Thani.
We rented 2 motorbikes in Chiang Rai, like 2 days. Yeah. Renting motorbikes to visit the White Temple and stuff like that. So all those stuff, like it's the motorbike, which is usually like 5 or 10 a day.
Yeah.
And then it's like the visits, like the tickets that you need to pay. So yeah, 164. But we visited a lot of things, to be honest, and we did a lot of things over there. So I think it's pretty fair, considering the amount we've seen and we did.
I think day trips are always worth spending money on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most of the time it is.
Next up is laundry. So just getting our clothes washed, basically.
Yeah, €15 in Thailand for a month and a half, but
not bad.
Yeah, we didn't have any. Yeah, we had to do it every time to pay for someone. No, so yeah.
We tend to do it roughly once a week, something like that.
Yeah, over 10 days.
Because I think I've got like 10 pairs of underwear. Jerem's got 7, so you run out before I do. Yeah. And also when you're travelling and sweating and things just need to get a good wash. So, and it's just easier, honestly. It's so much easier rather than trying to wash it in the sink and like hang it all around the room.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I've done that here, and
it's not fun.
Not practical.
Next up is tips.
0. Didn't tip anyone in Thailand, apparently.
Oh, good. We're so bad at tips. In Europe, you don't really tip. I think that's why.
I tip when I have to, personally. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up is bank fees. So when we take out money, you obviously get charged either by your bank or by the bank that you're using.
Yeah, this one hurt. €42 in Thailand. That was a lot. Usually we spend less than 10. There is a reason for that. So, yeah, in Thailand we had to pay a lot of fees. Like all the banks. Our banks don't charge us too much. It's usually a very small percentage when they do, like, because I've got a good system where our bank card and our banks don't charge us up to a certain amount or stuff like that. So usually that's honestly like less than 10, like 8, 7, 8, stuff like that. But in Thailand, usually I'm trying to find ATM that don't charge any fees, and I didn't find any in Thailand. And so we tried to take as much as we could at once, because usually it's a flat fee, it's not a percentage.
Yeah.
But it was expensive. Like I remember one of them was like €16. When we probably took €400-500.
Yeah.
It was €16 fee from the thing. That was quite a lot. Yeah. And we had to take money out a few times because we had things that we wanted to pay in card that we had to pay in cash. So we spent a little bit more cash than we thought.
Like hotels and things.
Yeah, and the train, like from Surat Thani or whatever, I was planning to pay online.
Yeah.
And I had to pay a lot of things by cash that I was planning to pay by card. because usually when we arrive, I try to figure out how much we need, so we have one big withdrawal or something like that to limit the fees. But yeah, things didn't work out as expected, so we had to do a few extra withdrawal towards the end of the trip, and yeah, $40 on bank fees, freaking low.
You could have bought a lot of gyozas, dumplings, for that amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, no, but when you think about it, we spend, you know, 78 euro on drinks or 90 euro on food, on groceries. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like 45, 42 on bank fees. When you look at it based on everything compared to everything else, it's a lot.
Yeah.
If you do that every month, that's 500.
Could have been an extra like 3 weeks of groceries.
That's five. Like, if you do that every month, that's 500 in 1 year.
Yeah.
You know, like luckily usually it's 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thailand is expensive for bank fees because of the Thai bank charging foreign bank account, foreign credit card when you take money out.
Okay.
So it's like it's hard to optimize this one, to be honest. Even if you have a good system like I do, it's on the Thai side, not on my bank card side. So
yeah.
it's what it is.
Next up is health.
Health. So that's our travel health insurance that we have with Safety Wings. We've paid 114 euro. Basically, it's a subscription that we use every 28 days, every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So I usually try to figure out, okay, we spend 41 days, I've paid that much for 4 weeks, so I kind of calculate the ratio for that. It's basically $44 per person for 4 weeks every month that we pay. So yeah, that's a fixed amount, and Safety Wings is good. I think you have a link.
Yeah,
if you
I do
want
have
to.
a link. It works out at €1.39 per person per day. So for €1.40 basically, you've got insurance, travel insurance, which is amazing. It works everywhere. You don't have to like say how long you're spending in each country. You can book it as you're literally on the flight. Like there's so many.
It's so practical online. It literally takes 5 minutes to sign up for it. Again, not sponsored. I just like it. And yeah, it's a must-have, to be honest. So.
Yeah. And then next up is visas.
Visa. It was free. Thailand has a free visa for tourists, and luckily for us, usually it's 30 days. And for some reason, I think to boost tourism after COVID or whatever, they did something where the normal free tourist visa was 45 days long.
Yeah.
And it was literally just when we went there. I think they stopped to do it like a month after we arrived or left or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was perfect. We wanted to spend around 40 days, and the visa was 45 days. It was free, so just go through, get a stamp, and that was it. So it was cool.
Yeah. So the grand total of all that together was
2,361 euro for 41 days. Which, so basically every day we have spent 58 euro in total for both of us, which comes down to 29 euro per day per person. So yeah, basically if you travel on your own and you have the similar expenses that we have, and you know the bedroom being one person and stuff like that, you would spend a little bit less than 900 a month. I think that works out pretty well.
It's interesting because it's more than I was expecting. 2,361
for a month and a half.
But it is 6 weeks, and it is 2 of us. But I remember when we went travelling, when we set off, we were like, okay, if we can spend 1,000 a month, that'd be amazing. So that should be like 1,500. But we spent almost 1,000 more than that. So it's definitely more expensive than I thought it was going to be, and probably more expensive than people let on. I think everyone says like, oh my god, Asia's so cheap, which obviously it is, but it's not that cheap, if you know what I mean. Like.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, because you can stick on the.
Yeah, put it on screen.
On the screen,
it's got a pie chart, guys.
The pie chart, yeah, so you can see. No, but like, when you look at the price per person per day, you know, most things are like €1, most of them. So you don't have much room, really. Like the only place where you can actually cut out is accommodation and transportation, really.
So accommodation per day is like 11, and transport per day is 7.
Per person.
Per person per day.
So yeah, like you could stay.
So it's $18 per day, I guess. Euros per day.
Yeah, so like you could stay in a dorm.
Yeah.
And that's probably like $5 a day for a bed in a dorm. But again, because we're a couple and want privacy, we don't. So usually, like the accommodation that we get is usually the cheapest that I'm willing to stay in.
Yeah, so we always want somewhere quiet, somewhere with good Wi-Fi. We try our best with that. Private room, private bathroom.
And just not like disgusting or in an unsafe area. I mean, it's not. I don't have very high standard. Just like really. But yeah, internet's a must-have for me. I have a high standard on that, to be fair. But yeah, that's the only area where you could cut off. And then transportation. Yeah, if you travel less between places, if you only stay like 2 weeks or 30 days in one place, then you don't have to fly from Chiang Mai to Surat Thani. You don't have to take an overnight train, and then you can reduce that. But ultimately, like the living by itself. Food and doing stuff, it's really not much. Even the visits, it's €2 a day. It's not much.
It's probably like a €10 a day on all the other stuff then, isn't it? And then 18 a day on...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So it's like €10 a day on things like groceries, eating out, drinks, utilities, travel, like visits, laundry, bank fees, health, all the rest of it. It's about €10 per day. And then about 18 per day on accommodation and transport. So that's kind of broken down a little bit. So yeah,
there's not. No, I mean, I think it's fair. Like basically for a month, and it's interesting because just as a recap, we have spent pretty much the same amount of money in Vietnam and in Cambodia and in Thailand.
Yeah, per day.
Like
per
fairly,
person.
like just a couple of euro difference. So, some people say this country might be cheaper, this country might be cheaper. They're fairly priced the same. Vietnam was cheaper in terms of accommodation, for example, but we moved more.
Yeah.
And transportation was a bit more expensive than in Thailand. So at the end, it ended up being the same. Food is pretty much the same, €2 a day per person.
Yeah. Per meal.
Per meal, yeah, and the same kind of food, and that is good and filling. So we're not starving, no worries, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, I think the three countries were pretty similar.
Yeah. So, I hope that video was informative and useful for you if you're planning to go to Thailand. Like I said, I have also done Vietnam and Cambodia. After this, we then went to Australia. We're not going to talk about finances there because we were there for a wedding and like Sydney, and it was just kind of different travel. It wasn't like...
And we probably spent more money in 2 weeks in Australia than we did in 6 weeks in Thailand. It's not probably, it's actually true.
Yeah, but it wasn't, like we were there for a wedding. We were also there because that's where we first met, so it wasn't like backpacking travelling, so we're not going to talk about finances there. But we then spent 1 month in Sri Lanka, which we're going to talk about, and then we're now in India at the moment, and we're also going to talk about finances here as well. So if you're new and you want to travel around these areas or enjoy this sort of content, please do subscribe. I love seeing my follower count growing. It's so nice that we're like growing this community of travel lovers. So yeah, let us know in the comment section down below if any of this surprised you, if you're planning on going to Thailand, if you have any questions, please do let us know. We love answering you guys and talking with you guys.
If you have any tip to make things cheaper, let us know.
Yeah.
To optimize.
Yeah.
Why not sponsor the video?
So, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you back here soon for more of our travel content. Bye.